Hello budget people and welcome back to my channel. I'm She's on a Budget and today we are back for another video. In this video I'll be going through my week 2 budget and I'll also be stuffing my sinking funds. So if that's something that you'd be interested in watching, stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to my week 1 budget. I'll go through my actual figures for the expenses that I budgeted last week, and then I'll go on to create my week 2 budget. As I look at my monthly overview section, I can see that I had 3 bills that were due last week. These are my bill due stickers. And if I turn to my budget, I will see that those are the 3 bills reflected as the first expenses here. So we have got £13.18 for DVLA, and that came out. We also had £65 going for our water bill, which also came out. And we paid £20 towards our utilities last week as well. So these are all the actual figures. And I'm just going to turn back to my monthly overview and I can give these 3 bills a tick. And that's all done. So my variable income was correct. In fact, I think I got, so one of my variables was £138.20. I actually received £140. So I got an extra £1.80. So I'm going to put that in there. So £1.80 add 242.81 will be 244.61. So that was my actual income. All these pennies add up. So I'm just going to put that as my actual income. I also paid into my sinking funds these amounts. So I'm just going to repeat that down here. Okay, so my total was the same, which was £179.09. So if I subtract my total from my actual amount, we should have £65.52 as our leftover amount. So all I will do is roll that amount over into my new budget. Okay, so this is our week 2 budget and my predicted income is £104.61 for my variables. I'm adding that £65.52 from last week, so I'm rolling that over. So our total amount coming in this week, or the amount that we should have, is £170.13 altogether. And then I'm going to put down my predicted expenses. So utilities, we are paying £20. The rest of these will be the amounts that I'm putting into my sinking funds. So for Jada, we're putting in 5. And Tyrese, we're putting in 5. And so is Nevaeh. So these are the sinking funds that I have for my 3 children. Out of these sinking funds, I'll be paying mainly their birthday presents, so they'll be going towards their birthday. Because these 2 are my oldest children, their presents tend to be a lot more expensive than the younger one, whereas she will probably get a mixture of clothes as well as presents for her birthday out of her sinking fund. And then we have car insurance, which is £15 this week. And then for water, we're putting in 10. No, we're putting in 5. Sorry, that's wrong. So for water, we're putting in 5. And then for car maintenance, we're putting in 10. Then we are putting in 5 into my personal, 5 into our car tax, and 5 into our pet fund. Which is £80. Okay. So when I take away my expenses from my income, I'm left with £90.13. And that is that. Okay, so I'm back to stuff my sinking funds. I'm using my green Sharpie pen this week just to keep things interesting. And we are not stuffing all of our sinking funds. You may have noticed from the budget that we are just stuffing some of them, not all of them. Just a quick plug before I start. This is my new savings tracker that's available as a printable download in my Etsy store now. It's called Saveopoly. The main gist of the game is that you start to go, you roll the dice once a week, and whatever number that you land on, you then put that amount into savings. I've put different amounts on different properties, but you can always change them around. So you can always customize this to whatever your liking is. So if these amounts are a bit too high, you can change those if you want to, because you also receive a customizable version for free in the download. So check that out in my Etsy store if you're interested, but let's get stuff in. We are not stuffing our allotment sinking fund today, so that can go. The first one that we're doing is car tax. So car tax is getting £5, and I'm just going to take out what we had from last week and add in 5. So as usual, I am completing my budget sheet, which is at the back, and we are going to put the date. We're adding in 5, and we should then have £40 in our envelope. So let's just do a quick count. 20, 30, 5 and 40. So that goes back into here. And then we have next, we've got car maintenance. Car maintenance is getting 10. So if I take that out, we're going to add £10 from here. I'm going to add the date. Add 10. We should have £220. Let's do a quick count. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 10 and 20. And that goes back in here. Next, we are going to be stuffing our car insurance. Car insurance is getting 15. So I'm going to take a 5 from the top here, and then the last 10. Put that there, and the date plus 15, and we should have 470. Let's do a little check. See if I can get these in order. So this should be here and here. So let's do a quick check. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 50, 65, 70. That goes in there. Okay, next we have gifts. We are not stuffing our gifts envelope this week, so that can go. We are putting some money into our pet fund. So let's take what's in there out. We're adding in 5 into our pet fund. So we should have £90. Come to think of it, I've just booked Harley in for a groom. She hasn't had a haircut since about 7 weeks ago now. So yeah, she needs a bit of a groom. I'm scared she's starting to get a little bit of matting behind her ears. I've booked her in for the end of June. That was the earliest that I could actually book her in because the groom is so busy. So I've booked her in for the end of June. I'm hoping by that time we've got a nice amount in here. So 20, 40, 60, 85, 90. Yeah, I think the groom is probably going to cost me about £40, I think she quoted. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, and then we're putting 5 into Jada's as well. So I'm just going to add £5 here. And that's the 8th. So she should also have 90 in there. So let's do a little quick count. 20, 40, 60, 85, 90. Okay, Nevaeh gets 5 as well. I had a comment actually on my Instagram about the amount of money Nevaeh has compared to her older siblings, and I had to laugh. But as I said to you earlier, guys, this is mainly for birthdays. Her birthday is in November, and the other 2 have already had their birthdays this year, February and April. So obviously she's going to have a lot more in her fund than the rest. But yeah, there is no favoritism. It's just the way the birthdays are. So she should have now in here 150. So let's have a little check. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 5, and 50. Put them all the right way around. That goes in here. And then my personal, I'm putting in 5 into this one as well. So let's put that in here. So the 8th, add 5 equals 110. So let's do a little quick check. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 5 and a 10. Let me try and put these the right way around inside the envelope. So we've got 110 in there. And then Tyrese, we're adding in another 5 to his as well. So let's put that 5 over here. So the 8th, add 5. That should be £50 now. So 20, 40, 5, 50. That goes in here. And then our water is the last one. So let's take out what is in there at the moment. I'm going to add the 5 to it while I fill out the balance sheet, which is the 8th. Add 5. So we should have £70 towards our water bill in here. So let's say 20, 40, 60, 5, and 70. And that goes back in there. And yeah, that is it so far. Okay, guys, so yeah, my sinking funds are stuffed. Just bring my budget back in. So my budget for week 2 is ready to go. When I changed the format as to how I was going to budget going forward, I realised I couldn't stuff both my sinking funds and my cash envelopes weekly. I had to do one or the other. So I had to either stuff my cash envelopes monthly and then my sinking funds weekly, or stuff my sinking funds monthly and then my cash envelopes weekly. I've tried stuffing my cash envelopes weekly, and now I'm stuffing my sinking funds weekly. I find it a lot more rewarding. I think seeing the money going up every week, even though I know I'm only putting in small amounts, but for me, I find it really, really rewarding to see that these funds are slowly creeping up. I'm really, really happy with that, and I'm obviously being held accountable because I'm counting it all on screen, so you guys are also seeing that I'm sticking to my word, you know. So yeah, guys, I hope you find these type of videos interesting and inspiring. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up in the comments so I know that I'm doing the right thing and sharing the right content that you want to watch. If you're new to my channel, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you're kept up to date with all of my latest videos, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Have a good day.